We are continuing our coverage on the national dairy crisis of high inventories and prices far lower than production cost. And there are ways to help with excess inventories by donating to the Feeding America organization or other food banks. It's all about being market responsive. Tom Van Nortwick is owner and publisher of Agribusiness Publications, based in Fresno. His company has published a dairy magazine for 35 years. He was closely involved with hundreds of dairy producers from 2009 through June 2014 in the organization and establishment of the National Dairy Producers Organization nationwide. The organization focuses on keeping dairies profitable, especially when market conditions force down dairy pricing. Van Nortwick says the idea of donating excess milk would be relatively easy and painless to the dairy industry.
We're not going to specially package it. It's going to be what it is, where it is, and it's their responsibility then to deal with it after that. It's already been processed. It's been stored, waiting to be sold.
And if the food banks such as Feeding America could pick up all these excess dairy products, it would dramatically help reduce inventories.
We have found, as we have studied these inventory levels, that when it gets to a certain level, then it starts to impact the value or what someone's willing to pay me, a dairy producer, for the milk that I'm pulling out of my cow today. And so we recommend to dairy producers that it might take literally 15 cents to impact the price of milk today, which is currently $5 under cost of production and $7 to $10 away from profitability. Okay.
The idea is to have producers put up 15 cents per hundredweight into a savings account, which when needed would go to the finished side of the milk powder, cheese, and butter market and buy up excess inventory and then donate it to churches, food banks, and Feeding America. Tom Van Nortwick.
What if you could invest $1 and got a $10 return? How about if you invested 15 cents and got a $10 return? Good plan? That's a great plan. It's actually being used to buy up that inventory from the people who own it.
And we're talking the processor, the manufacturer.
We're going to buy it out of their inventory so that it's no longer there, because all of that's tracked. Everybody knows how much there is and where it's at. And so if you're watching the market, you know whether or not you should be buying more cheese or making more cheese, more powder. GM doesn't make more cars than the dealers can sell. Otherwise, GM shuts the plant down. Everybody screams and hollers about shutting the plant down, but guess what? They know if they're going to survive, they've got to back off and not make more cars until the dealers, the selling organization, picks up the slack.
Van Nortwick said that the dairy industry needs to focus more on the milk after it leaves the farm.
It's vitally important that we in the dairy producer sector start paying attention to what's going on with the milk and the products that are manufactured from milk after it leaves the farm. We're doing a wonderful job of how we produce it, the care and keeping of the animals, the sustainability of the environment, the recycling of the waste material, all of that they do better than anybody else in the world. Do we need to be ever watchful? Yes, we have a new program called Picture Perfect. And in the industry, especially in agriculture, all of agriculture, we need to be picture perfect. Why? Because everybody's got a camera. Everybody's got their own video recorder, and anything can be seen anytime and filmed anytime. And the picture taken, it can go viral tomorrow or tonight even while we're asleep. So we've got to be picture perfect. But we already do that. I want to say to dairy producers across the country, you win. You make the most, you make the best. But that's not what we need right now in order to be sustainable. We need you to pay attention to what happens to your milk and what's done with your milk after it leaves the farm.